Hey everyone, so today I'm going to try and PPF my own car. So in my previous video I talked about the side skirts down here that they always get scratched by rocks that get kicked up by the tires. So what I've done is I've bought myself a roll of 3M PPF. So it's a 3M Scotch Guard clear, and I'm going to try and just PPF the parts just behind the wheel and maybe just in front of the wheel and see if I can do that. But before I begin, let's wash the car. Okay, so I finished washing the car. Just take a close look down here, just to inspect it before I do anything. So as you can see, there's some scratch marks right there. It's not dirty, it's just full of scratches. There's a paint chip right there. So I've cleaned it as best as I could, but as you can see, there's still like white kind of scuffing all over this. So I'm going to try and PPF this and see what happens. Okay, so that's my first attempt at PPFing anything. You can see you can actually see it on camera. There's a little square edge here where the PPF ends. I didn't have a heat gun, so I couldn't curve it around here very well, so I had to cut a little slot down here. I thought I had a heat gun, but someone has taken it, so I don't actually have that. A hairdryer might work, but I think this is okay. This is literally the first time I've PPF'd anything, so I'll try the other sides. Okay, attempt number 2. This is on the passenger side in a right-hand drive model. Can you see it? If you look at the end, you can definitely see it. There's a pretty evident line here. Again, I didn't have heat gun, so I had to cut a little triangle here, so you can see a little triangle here. So this is not protected, but that was the only way I could get the air bubbles out because this piece is kind of curved. Now moving on to the back. For here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a piece that goes up instead of just on the bottom, because I've noticed there's a little bit of kind of rock chips happening here. It's looking a little bit faded. There's these little white dots. So yeah, you can buy pieces that are pre-cut, but I think I'll just put my 35cm long one up like this and just cut the corner off for the door. So let's try that. Alright, third time. I think this piece turned out pretty good. There's less curvature at the back, so it's a lot easier. No kind of triangle cutting was required. You can still see the seam, so the line is here. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but there it is. So yeah, so that white dot is actually a scratch. I could have made the PPF a bit taller, but I didn't see it when I sprayed the soap on. But yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. So I'm gonna go and do the rest of the car. Finally done. It took quite a long time. So let's take a closer look at that wrap. So just zooming in here, you can see there's a very clear kind of line there. Maybe I have to go in closer. You can see the line. So here, there is a line, and I guess that's as good as I can get it. I mean, complete noob here, literally never wrapped anything in my life, and I think it looks okay. I mean, obviously it could be better if I had a heat gun and if I was more skilled, but let's take a look at the back. Okay, this is the back. I had a bit extra, so I put an extra piece here. There's a very clear line at the top here, but I mean, obviously, no idea what I'm doing here, so I think that's the best that I can get it. It doesn't really show on camera very much, but if you stand maybe a meter away, you won't be able to see this anymore, but once you get this close, you can see there's a line here, and a line here, and then like a square edge, because I had a second piece sticking there. So maybe the light, you're able to see that line there, that's where the wrap is. I also did the back of this wheel. So here, this one's not very good. I did it in two pieces. I couldn't curve it, so I had one small strip here, and then a larger strip there. I couldn't get this part, so this part's bare at the moment, and I think I'm just going to leave it like that. That's probably the best that I can do it. So maybe I can zoom in a little bit. You see here, there's a very clear cut. This part is unprotected, but yeah, again, it's probably the best that I can do. So yeah, I guess it is possible to PPF your car, at least a small part of it. Obviously, if you want it done properly, go to a professional. But yeah, it wasn't very expensive. It took me like an hour or two, but it's definitely possible, especially if it's in areas where you don't really care about, where it's not really visible. So just like kind of protective areas down here, then yeah, definitely give it a go. Worst case, just take it off. And yeah, I'll give you a little bit of extra protection down those side skirts. So I hope this was useful, and thanks for watching.